the session is about Activeboards and Exchange. It's not focused on just on the Activeboards management, but in the Exchange and Activeboard, the catalog of Activeboards that we have in Exchange, the way you look and the way we organize the current catalog of Activeboards that we are available for everyone, for our customers. And I want to show you how to fit these Activeboards in the case that you don't have sources enough, and you want to test some CrowdStrike, imagine, or some Okta Activeboards, because you want to see how they are running and you don't have sources. I want to teach you how to use the injections for that. And this is the first part, and the second part is the Activeboards itself, how to do the modification, how to do the updates for new releases, the type of widgets that we have, and the queries that fit with this type of widgets, managing the time range, and of course the aggregation task to improving the performance of the Activeboards and the widget. And finally, I will take a minute to talk about the multi-tenant plan for the Activeboards in Exchange. Okay, so I would like to share my screen and go directly to Devo. This is a demo session, so everything is here in demo. Okay, you see my screen? Okay, and you hear me well?
Yep.
Okay, so this is a change, and we have this type of content in the change. We will focus on Activeboards, but we know we have a vertical application. We have other parts, the most important content with around 500 or 600 alerts inside. Where the lookups, these are the injections, and the content packs and the use cases. Okay, we'll focus on the Activeboard, and this is the catalog that we have currently for customers, open to everyone in Exchange. So we try to improve this amount and try to improve each of the Activeboards, getting the feedback from you, customers, internal feedback, and of course our Exchange team and myself. Okay, we could talk about three types of Activeboards. I'm talking about the Exchange, but in general we can talk about three types of Activeboards in Devo. There are the internal audit Activeboards that are really important for controlling the usage of the sources, the usage of the domain, the navigation of the users, of the sources that you have, the usage of the sources, the ingestion, how the collectors are running, or regarding to users, the user tracking to see how the users are running and navigating into your system. These are really important for us, Devo Alert Audit. Okay, this is the first type. The second type, this is the most common, is the technology Activeboards. We have a lot of Activeboards, and we plan to have more for Active Directory, for CrowdStrike, or for Palo Alto. A lot regarding to Windows. We have a set very important about Office 365, of course, Amazon Web Services, authentication in Okta or in Cisco. We have Sentinel-1, a group of Activeboards. So we have Blue Code, and we have one. As you can see, we have a lot of these. Okay, and the third one that is the Activeboards that are running on union tables. I don't know if you know what are union tables, but the difference between a common table and a union table is that the firewall load traffic, I will show you because this is one of the samples I will show you later. This Activeboard show information that are on this table, firewall load traffic. The firewall load traffic is an aggregation of all the firewalls that are running that are ingesting data in your domain. So if you have Palo Alto or you have Juniper, or you have Cisco ingesting data in Devo, you can run the Activeboards for Palo Alto on the application, whatever you want to do on the Palo Alto sources, but you can have all this information aggregated here. Okay, so these Activeboards are really important. This is one of the most important Activeboards, Firewall Monitoring. There is another for web that I will show you. Okay, and well, that's it. This is the first the distribution of the type of Activeboards. Okay, what the way we organize here, this is the according to relevancy. For us, we take an algorithm to detecting how much relevant is in one Activeboard with another one. Okay, we can select the relevancy. We can select the last updated, the newest. We can select here the most popular that you can see the Devo user tracking and data user. Okay, and you can order in also by technologies. So there are here tags, fixed tags that you have the technologies. Of course, you can find here using the search. Okay, whatever you want to search, you can find here. You will see here all the regarding to AWS, but if we are talking about Activeboard, you have this. Okay, so this is the first part of how we organize this. One very important thing for you and the customers that are starting using Devo. Okay, you can see 55 Activeboards that you can install anytime, even you have sources or not. Okay, but our recommendation, if you are not running Windows, don't install this. You don't have any problem installing because there is not resources consuming anything. Okay, but you won't see anything. You will see the Activeboard empty. So what we do for you is a section that we call for you, and we offer here the content that you have sources available. Okay, so in this case, the Activeboards in this domain that we call marketplace, I have 12 Activeboards with the sources in green. We call sources in green this. The firewall traffic, there are traffic on this table. Okay, and in the cloud it should be, and in the case of web analytics is in green. Okay, so the first step is using the Activeboards, only the Activeboards, or running the alerts in the case you want to run the alerts or applications where you have sources. Okay, you are injecting firewall, you use firewall Activeboards, you use alert on firewalls or whatever. Okay, but anyway, we provide you a way of simulating the data in some Activeboards that maybe you don't have. Okay, you don't have sources. Imagine that you are running this one, IDS. Imagine that you want to see this Activeboard. You open it. Okay, you don't have anything here because you don't have sources. Okay, this is from the last test I did, but the most are empty. Okay, we are checking the last hour. You see here, we don't find anything, but maybe you are interested in see what is happening with the IDS events. So we provide you the way of doing that. How? Well, this is a use case. The use case have two parts. One is the injection, and the other one is the receptor. The injection is we call synthetic data. It's a piece of source with demo data for Suricata IDS. Okay, and the other one is the receptor. In the case that you want to launch the use case, we can do everything. You can uninstall this. Okay. So if you are interested in this use case, You open the use case and you launch it. Okay, and the launch is you install the Activeboard and you launch the injection. You see, you can run the injection independently, as you don't need to go to the use case. But well, this is something to help you. This is something for training and to help using Devo. So we have an injection right now, and we have an Activeboard installed, and we can wait a little bit, and I show you what is happening. Okay, the other injections you can see here. You can inject data for Palo Alto, Windows Activity, CrowdStrike, Web Apache. Of course, there are all anonymized data that we prepare in the past, and we are now, this is new because this is completely new. We are now offering to customers. Okay, so we are increasing this, and we are helping also our teams for pre-sales and professional services to use these injections for doing the POCs and for doing the onboarding and everyone, okay, everything. So if we go here and we go again to the use case, we can open the Activeboard. And now we have data. This is the data that we have injected 4 minutes ago. Okay, you know that it is really fast because this is real time, and you put here the real time. You are getting data continuously in real time. Okay, this is something that we have to fix, but anyway, for showing you, I think this is enough. Okay, so we can close now and stop the use case. Okay, I'll go for the next. So now let's go to the section, to the Activeboard section. Okay, the first sample I would like to show you with this one, authentication activity. Okay, this is Okta Authentication Activity. We can install. Yeah, this is very fast, and as you can see, everything that we do outside the change, we are now opening a new tab. This is the way Devo is doing the things now. If you want to go to query, you go to another tab, and now in this case, it is the same. Okay. So we have here this Activeboard. So first thing you have to do, if you want to change anything, you want to change the way you are seeing the data, that you want to see at least, imagine that a week data from a week and not from the last day. You can check it, and you can go inside to see the data in the Activeboards, okay, in each widget, okay, or you can set either filter, whatever, okay. But in the moment that you want to do something, you want to change or you want to add any widget, you need to change this to edit, okay. Now you have installed this from the change. Remember that we have changed this. We can change. Imagine that you change this, okay? Or you want to add some whatever, or change this Activeboard because you don't like it, or you don't like the size or whatever, okay? So if you do the changes in this Activeboard, and you now close it again, anytime that you or any user of this domain open this Activeboard, you will see the last version that you have changed. And this is okay. There is no problem. From Devo, we open we offer the Activeboards for everyone. And from the moment that you install, you can do whatever you want. Okay, you can change it, you can add whatever. Okay, but if we have a new version here, you will see here that an update. Maybe we can find another sample. You see here that is an update. Okay, this means that there is a new version in Devo that is improving this Activeboard. So in the case that we do the update, you will lose your changes here. Okay, so it is okay managing the Activeboard like this. You install and you do all your changes, but you have to take this into account. If you want to update the last version of this Activeboard or any Activeboard, okay, you need to do this clone. Okay, you clone this and you save your changes. So you want to update the last version of the Activeboard, you can do it using the change. You will lose this one. We will change this one for the new one, but you have your own version. Okay, you have this own version. This is always like it never be updated by Devo. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the samples. I will show you. I would like to show you these two Activeboards. One is regarding to web analytics. This is one of the union table. We open it. And we will open another one that I think this is the most interesting for you. Firewall Monitoring or another running on union table. Okay. Just I would like to show you something out of the Activeboard just to, in the case that you don't understand what is a union table and what is a common table, okay, or a technology table. These are the explore to data search and to go to low scope to search. And these are not all the tables in Devo. These are the tables that are injected that have data in the last day. Okay, so we have here firewall, and you see we are injecting data. We have data for Juniper and from Palo Alto. Okay, so if we go to this table, we will see data. Okay, this is a normal table. And if you go to firewall all traffic, we will see data from these two sources. You see, Juniper and Palo Alto. What we do here with this? Of course, the union table has less fields than maybe Palo Alto could have. Checkpoint, I think Checkpoint is one of the firewalls that have more fields, but we do a common fields, and we can use this table for any of the source. Okay, so any Activeboard application that is running on this table or alert running on this table, you are ensuring that any technology, firewall technology that you are injecting in Devo, you will see this information on the Activeboard. Any alert that you're running on this table, even if you have a technology or another, it is the same. You are talking about firewall. You will see the data here. So this is why I said this is really important to move to this type of tables. Okay. So let's go to the widgets. Okay. We can edit this one. Okay. We have, I think, three types. We can consider that we have three types of widget. The first one is line based on periods, on grouping periods, okay? That you have column chart, line chart, stat column, stick area. There are some other variation in the line charts or in the column charts here. You have variation of series, the way of you show the data and anything, okay? Okay, this is the first. You have column chart, line chart, and what is the most important thing to do here to create a widget column, line, stick area, everything is the same. You have to do whatever you want to do here before the grouping. You do the query that you want to do. In this case, it's very simple. You are showing status code 200. Okay, that's it. Status code 200, and then you group every hour or every whatever you want to do, and you do this double. Okay, so you group your data, and you have in each hour you show the information in each hour. Okay, this is I think this is. Okay, we have information. We have like a pooling each hour and moving and showing the information. Okay, so you are showing the information that you are grouping it each hour, but during the last day. You can change here, okay, to see the last 2 hours, 12 hours, but the grouping period is the same. You are grouping by hour, so you change here, but you're still maintaining the grouping period, okay? And of course, you can do a different thing. You can select the period time for the whole Activeboard, and you change here, okay? Custom date only for this widget, okay? And you change here and say, okay, now I want 12 hours, but only here. Okay, you can do it if you want. The most common, I think, the most common way of working in with the periods is maintaining just only one. But in some cases, maybe you need to do a custom data range here. Okay, want to put it down. This is the first time, the first type. The other type, these they are not depending directly on the periods. Okay, of course, it is always a time period that you want to show the data. Imagine that we are talking about the tables or the pie chart or the Voronoi. No? That seems to be very different, but the way of doing the queries are the same. You can group every zero, that is with no grouping period. The second is the important one, the second every, okay? You can group every zero, that you are saying that you are selecting these 3 parameters, and you are grouping without any period. What does it mean? That you are showing here the information that it's showing. You say here, this is the information for the last day. That's it. You don't have any pooling of information because you show all the information on the last day. Here is the same. Okay. So if you change this and you put a week, this is, well, I don't see many changes, but it is just information for a week. Okay. This Voronoi, pie charts, and of course the tables. The tables you are showing information and the count with the general period. Okay. What are the other the third type of widget are the maps. Okay. So for doing the maps, I think currently we have 2 types of maps. I think that is the heat map, that is the most common, and the other one is the markers. Okay, there are 2 maps. So for the maps, it's very simple. Whatever you have here in your query, look at it here. That we are using the selectors. That is something a little complicated to explain. Maybe in another session I will explain about what the selectors are. So you can select some parameters, specific parameters and apply to all widget or to the widget that you want to use. Okay, but in this case, we have here that we are looking for the information on the selector. I don't mind about this. I mind about this. Okay, this is the only thing we are doing here. We are selecting public IP, just public IP, and then we are creating two parameters. One is the latitude, and the other one is the longitude. That's it. All the maps have this grouping, longitude and latitude. In this case, there are a third one, but all the maps have these two ones. So you are grouping by location. That's it. And whatever you want to show in the map, you have to do it before. In this case, you don't do anything. You are grouping everything that is public. Okay. Why is important the public? Because if you are using a private, if you are imagine that you are in this firewall traffic, you are managing only private IPs. You don't have any location with the private IP. So location are on the public only. So that's why it's important putting on public. Okay. So you are grouping by longitude and latitude, and that's it. You put a count, and then you have the map. So next, I would like to talk about aggregation task. Okay, let's move to again to. Imagine that you are ingesting one. In this case, you see we change it a week, and we see everything very fast. We are doing a test injection with the synthetic data I show you to feed in the Activeboards and for me to make this session with data. Okay, but these are the flow is very low. We are talking about very the amount of data is very low. If we are talking about 100 gigas of web, or imagine 500 gigas, we are talking about a different thing. We start having problems in performance. Okay, the most common here for this Activeboard, and well, my recommendation for the most of the Activeboards is putting the last 24 hours to showing data the last 24 hours. If we're ingesting here 500 gigas, I assure you that you will take some time to see. Okay, but imagine that you want to see the last week. Okay, you need to wait, and you want and anyone wants to wait so much to having the data, and we have a tool to avoid this. That it is creating the aggregation task here. Okay. Okay. This is because I use it in the last sample. So this is already created this task. In this case, we can create. So we create the aggregation task that this is the most important thing here. This is the date you want to start calculating data. Imagine that you have started ingesting data from the first day of November. So you put the first day of November. You don't have to do anything here because this is recommended, the minimum aggregation period. So you can stay with 1 minute here, and you apply and you create the aggregation task. Okay, and now in the background, this process is already is always alive. From this moment, it's always alive, and it's calculating data. Okay, in this case, maybe we spend a little more time because they have to calculate from the first day till now that it is 21 of this month. So we started calculating data. You have this information here. Okay, and this is running, and this is this pending to start. Okay, so we have to wait that the data is calculated, and then it should be on green. So you wanna improve the performance of your Activeboards when you have an amount of data that you need. Imagine that you enter, it is easy to see. So the way of solving this is adding the aggregation task in each widget, okay? So when all the aggregation tasks are running and the data is calculated for each widget, next time you go inside, you will see immediately the data from the last day. But if you go to the 1st of November, you will see the data immediately for the 1st of November. I can show you, but the amount of data in this case is very low. Okay, so you better test with maybe you have samples with a lot of data. You can do it, or we can help you in doing that. Okay, and I think that's it. The last thing I wanna show you is regarding to multi-tenancy. Maybe you have any questions here? Okay.
No, no questions.
Okay, so let's go to another domain. Okay, I will show you how we are managing now the multi-tenant content in Exchange. So we got this. This is a sample parent domain. You know that we are moving in an architecture in Devo since I think 2-3 years to have the architecture prepared for multi-tenancy. That is that the parents domain could see the data from the tenants in this very domain. Okay, so you don't have to do anything. We change the tables, all the tables, to include a parameter that this is the client. Okay, so in all the tables, Devo now, even if you are parent or not, you have this column available. Okay, but if you are not a parent domain, you won't see it because it's invisible. But this is there. In this case, you are a parent domain. You have two tenants, that is client one and client two, and their own global. This is their own domain. So every information, every data that is ingested in client one, client two, and in global, both are aggregated in this table. So this is very powerful because you can run the others on this, and the others in the change out of the box are prepared to be run on this type of tables, in this and any other table, and you will run the other on the information of all the tenants that you have. And of course, we are moving now and doing the same with the Activeboards. Right? We don't have the Activeboards multi-tenant. We create a section in Exchange that it is visible only on parents, and we show here all the multi-tenant content in Devo. Okay, that it is the Metro application. That the most of the other packs are prepared for multi-tenant. I'm talking about 500 or 600 others inside these other packs. Okay, but you remember that we were talking about 55, 55 Activeboards. We are only prepared 11 for this, for being multi-tenant. But we are working in a line to have everyone. I want to show you, and the last thing I want to show you is just a little sample of what means having a multi-tenant Activeboard, the capability of being multi-tenant. Okay, this is one of the most popular Activeboards in Devo, in Exchange. That is the user tracking. And you don't know, it is very useful to see the navigation of your users and inside your own domain. Okay, so we prepare this, and we now prepare this to run on the parents and on the child. The Activeboard is the same. We don't change it. Okay, but if you are in a single domain or you are in a tenant domain, imagine this one, you will see this Activeboard. Okay, you will see the unique users in this domain that are these two. Okay, you will see connected by domain. You are only one domain, so you don't see anything but your domain. And you will see here the tables with the client that it is just one client, okay? But if you are a parent, you will see the aggregated data from all your tenants. So you see here, there are 2 users, and there is another user that is on a different tenant, okay? You see here the traffic on each of the tenants, and of course, you can navigate and change the Voronoi. Imagine this Voronoi that you have these keys. You can change the keys and put in first place the client. Okay. In this case, you have global. This is the own domain, parent domain. This is client 1, client 2. Okay. And of course, the tables you see that are separated by client. And well, I think that's all. I don't know if there is any question. Do you want to see anything else?
Yeah, if there's any questions on Activeboards, if you want to have something demonstrated, now's the time to pipe up. I don't see anyone coming off mute or anything in chat yet. I'll give you a few seconds. You can copy Activeboards with clone. You can share Activeboards with the raw data. You can copy a widget from one Activeboard to another with just a copy widget and paste.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
copy.
we'll do more sessions.
You can copy here and paste in another Activeboard. And very important, that the configuration of the Activeboards now, you can share. This is the row, you copy and you create a new one, and you see exactly the same. Okay,
yeah.
You can share the row, and you can copy the whole widget by doing the copy here and paste in another Activeboard.
Okay. Well, I will share the last couple of slides and send you guys home. Let's see.
Okay.
Share my screen. There we go. So next up for you guys, you can go to the Learning Hub. There's a section now on the header for the Activeboards. There's a couple of use cases for you guys to try out with all the details to get them running. For next up, I'm doing a feedback session in December, and the next deep dive will be in January. We're going to have new highlights coming in from the Learning Hub whenever all the content is updated, new practice exercises in the community, and then, of course, the January deep dive. And with that, I send you guys home. Thank you, Miguel. Awesome presentations. And thank you, everyone, for coming.